Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. For once in a very long time, Raw didn't completely suck. We had a return, we had a firing, and we actually had some entertaining segments. So here we go, guys. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling for your WWE Raw review for the 9th of May, 2022. We kick off the show with RK Bro. Again, they're in the ring after losing the 6-man tag match at WrestleMania Backlash. They're interrupted by the Street Profits, and I'm thinking, what the hell, the Street Profits again? How many times do we need to see the Street Profits versus RK Bro? I feel like we've seen these two teams face off like 4 or 5 times over the past 2 months. We get it again. Montez Ford said that the Street Profits want the smoke. Riddle says, well, if you want the smoke, team 420 will smoke your ass. Which was, a pretty funny line. Then Orton proceeded to go on mentioning the whole most dangerous letters. Orton keeps saying he's going to beat them with the 3 most dangerous letters in sports entertainment, and he says RK Bro. Since when was bro a letter? It's a 3-letter word. It's not a fucking letter, Orton. So yeah, that kind of catchphrase really pisses me off when he says that. But anyway, tag titles on the line. RK Bro win, RK Bro retain. Of course they were going to retain. They've already beat the Street Profits 4 times over the past 2 months. So why would they lose here tonight? I don't get this. We need new challengers. I mean, the tag team divisions aren't very good. I'm beginning to think that maybe they should just put all the tag teams on one show and have one set of tag titles. I think that would perhaps be a better idea because there's just not that many tag teams on Raw. And when you look at SmackDown, the SmackDown tag team division is even worse. So I guess one way to improve that would be to put them all on the same show. Like when they originally done the brand split back in the day, the tag titles were on SmackDown. But I mean, who knows? I'm not here to talk about how to make the show better or how to, make the tag division better. We're here to talk about the show. We're here to review the show, and we got off to a decent start, but I was not looking forward to seeing this match that we've seen over and over again. But it's a tag team title match to start Raw, It's not the worst thing you get in the world. And the ending of the match was pretty cool. Montez Ford going for a frog splash. Riddle's down and out. Then Riddle flips up and hits him with a mid-air RKO. So yeah, it was like a WWE 2K22 floating mid-air catching RKO finisher. So pretty cool move there to end the match. RK-Bro retain their tag team titles. We get announced that Cody Rhodes will also be in a title match tonight as well when he takes on United States Champion Austin Theory. So later tonight it's announced it's Cody Rhodes versus Theory, and Edge comes out to the ring with his stable Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest. Edge cuts a promo, says everyone's basically ugly. Edge was, having a new haircut today. I mean, it is what it is. Probably suits him, to be fair. Damian Priest takes over. Damian Priest is talking about what Judgment Day meant for him and all this, and how he joined the stable. And then he introduces a new member of Rhea Ripley, and it was so weird because we went from Damian Priest putting effort and emotion into the promo, then they pass it to Rhea Ripley, and it sounded like she was just fucking reading a book or something like that. It was awful. So yeah, Rhea Ripley, in my opinion, does not fit in the stable. I mean, she looks the part. She looks like a fucking dude. Let's be real. She kind of looks like Damian Priest, but overall, in terms of ability, I think she's going to drag these two down. I think Damian Priest is not bad, especially considering English isn't his full first-time language or whatever. It's his number one language. So I think Damian Priest is no bad. But Rhea Ripley getting into the stable, I don't think it's going to be good news for it. I think it's going to water it down. Liv Morgan's out. We have a match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley wins after the match. Edge tells her to apply the finishing hold again. Rhea Ripley is tapping out. Edge says that he is the one that caused the tag team to break up because he told Liv Morgan weeks ago that he told Rhea Ripley weeks ago that Liv Morgan was holding her down. So there you go. I personally think it could be the other way. I mean, even though Liv Morgan's not that talented, I just think there's more in Liv Morgan for me. Rhea Ripley's just a big butch fucking female that looks like a dude, So I don't really see Rhea Ripley going anywhere. I don't see her being a face of a division. Not that I see Liv Morgan being that, but at least Liv Morgan's got the advantage of being hot. Plus, I think Liv Morgan has improved over the years. I don't really see any improvement for Rhea Ripley. But yeah, Rhea Ripley wins. She keeps in the finisher hold. Then Finn Balor comes out. AJ comes out. Finn Balor's in a match with Damian Priest. Edge gets in, interferes, causes a DQ. AJ comes in, beats up Damian Priest, beats up Edge. Rhea Ripley gets in the ring, spins AJ around, momentarily causes a distraction, and while AJ is distracted, he gets attacked by Edge. The commentators say that, AJ was conflicted and that, like, he couldn't hit Rhea Ripley or whatever. And to me, this is why a woman being in a man's faction just will not work. As a manager, that's okay, that's fine. But if Rhea Ripley's going to actually get involved in matches and, like, physically involved in segments, it's just not going to work, because she spun AJ around and he just stood there because he wasn't allowed to do anything. It was absolutely dumb. Like, back in the day, Rhea Ripley would have been taken out. So AJ can't do it now, obviously. He can't touch her, so he just has to stand there and look at her. And it makes the whole thing look phony. It makes AJ look like an idiot, standing there just staring at her until he gets attacked from behind. So, yeah, I don't think it works in this day and age where a male can't, physically lay his hands on a female. It just doesn't work mixing females and males together. So I would personally just keep them separate. I mean, Lana worked as Rusev's manager because physically she very rarely got involved. I don't think maybe ever. So, yeah, she caused distractions, but in terms of actually getting in the ring and physically doing something, I don't really remember Lana being that person. But if Rhea Ripley's going to do this on a regular basis, then it looks dumb. I mean, her attacking AJ from behind would be one thing, and, taking AJ down, but to just spin AJ around and confront him, and then AJ can't do anything, it makes both of them look stupid. But yeah, Finn Balor picks up a DQ win over Damian Priest. We then moved on to, what do we have after that? With Omos comes down. It's a VIP lounge, and it's like every single week you get like a VIP lounge or Miz TV or the Kevin Owens show. I mean, out of all of them, probably the Miz TV is the worst, because, we've just seen it for 10, fucking 12 years now. Seen it for way too long. But anyway, MVP comes out. He's got 3 security guys there. Cedric Alexander comes out. He says that we did it. We beat Bobby Lashley. MVP's confused. He goes, "What do you mean we? There is no we." Bobby Lashley then comes out and destroys the 3 security guys. And, what was the point of this? Seriously, what was the point of this? We've seen Brock Lesnar beat up 10 security guys, and we're supposed to believe that 3 was going to take care of Bobby Lashley. This was dumb. Then Lashley attacked Cedric Alexander. He got in the ring. He took care of Omos. He tried to get his hands on MVP. Cedric Alexander came to the rescue again. Lashley took care of him, put him in the Hurt Lock. Omos and MVP left the VIP lounge, and it was announced later that night by Bobby Lashley that next week he has challenged Omos to a 15-foot steel cage match. I'm sure that will be the rubber match. At this stage, I'm hoping that Lashley wins and just moves on for this and gets away from Omos. But the fact that Lashley looked so strong tonight, coming out and attacking the security, attacking Cedric, attacking Omos, trying to attack MVP, I've got a bad feeling Omos might win next week. But the right thing would be to have Lashley win, but WWE, they don't always do the right thing. We then had Shush. We had the Alpha Academy backstage. Gable says that he is sent away, he's talking brain cells, like saliva and all this stuff, and chromosomes and all this shit. And he said he's getting a forensic person involved, and next week he'll have proof that Ezekiel is actually not Ezekiel, and it is actually Elias. Kevin Owens is delighted with this. Kevin Owens thinks this is great. Then Kevin Owens goes away and he says he'll see them later on tonight. After that, we have Ezekiel come out to the ring. Ezekiel is taking on, believe it or not, Kevin Owens' big brother, Ken Owens. And then Kevin Owens comes out with his hair dyed grey. He says that he is, I guess if you're Elias's younger brother, then I'm Kevin Owens' big brother, Ken Owens. Elias, Ezekiel says, "It's nice to meet you." Ken Owens, this seems to piss Owens off. He goes, "Don't do that to me. I'm not Kevin Owens' older brother." Kevin Owens asks the crowd if they know that this is Elias, and the crowd don't think it's Elias, they think it's Ezekiel. Then Kevin Owens says to the crowd, "You're either idiots or liars, and I don't know which one's worse." Then he has a bit of a meltdown and says, "No, wait, he does know what one's worse, it's liars." Kevin Owens says he hates liars. Then he attacks Ezekiel. Ezekiel begins to fight back, but then Alpha Academy may come out, and Ezekiel gets beaten down and left in the ring. So again, this whole Kevin Owens thing, a sequel, it has been like entertaining. Not, it's not laugh your ass off sort of stuff, but it has been pretty funny. I still don't understand why Kevin Owens cares so much, but it's been pretty funny. Kevin Owens, when used correctly, he is pretty entertaining. But this is sequel. I just don't see where they're going with this. He looks like an absolute average bum. He looked cool as Elias, but as a sequel, he looks like he's going nowhere. So I don't know. Hopefully a sequel or Elias comes back soon, but we'll see. We then had Sonya Deville trying to find out who her opponent is tonight, but she won't really let Adam Pearce talk. Adam Pearce is trying to explain something else. Sonya Deville isn't interested. She says it doesn't matter who her opponent is tonight because she'll just handle her opponent. She'll handle her in-ring work like she handles her, GM work or whatever, official work, and she says that she is impartial, all that stuff. Then Sonya goes to the ring. Adam Pearce comes out and says, well, I was trying to tell you, but you wouldn't let me finish, that due to your actions, abuse of power, you are no longer a WWE official. Adam Pearce then fires Sonya Deville as a WWE official, but says she will still be a competitor, and she'll be facing the returning Alexa Bliss. Then Alexa Bliss comes out with her old, goddess music, but she came out with, half goddess attire, half, fiend attire, and she came out with the Lily doll. So I don't understand this, man. It was weird. I'm a big fan of Alexa Bliss. Just look at Alexa Bliss. How can you be a guy and not like Alexa Bliss? But even looks aside, I've always felt like Alexa Bliss is entertaining. I've always enjoyed her character work, whether it be the goddess or whether it be, this more evil, fiendess style stuff. But I think they need to commit to either one or the other and just go with it. And, because it has been a mess, all that therapy. What did it actually lead to? Because it looks like she's still conflicted. It looks like she still hasn't chosen. Like, she comes out to the goddess theme, but she's still got the Lily doll. Which one is it? Anyway, Lily squashes Sonya Deville. Not Lily. Alexa Bliss squashes Sonya Deville. She celebrates, and Sonya Deville starts crying at ringside, having an absolute meltdown. So both two incredibly hot women here, so brilliant. Love to see it. Great match. 5-star match in my opinion. I know Dave Meltzer would probably rate it, a quarter of a star, but fuck Dave Meltzer, he's gay, so it doesn't really matter. We then had a backstage segment with Adam Pearce, Asuka, and Becky Lynch. Apparently Asuka is getting a championship contenders match tonight. Becky Lynch isn't happy about it, says Asuka doesn't deserve it. Adam Pearce says that Asuka's team won last week in a 6-man tag, a 6-woman tag match on Raw. Becky says that Asuka wasn't even the person that got the pin, it was Liv Morgan, and she says that Sonya was the one that was beaten in the middle of the ring, and then she accuses Adam Pearce of having a conspiracy, that he set it up. He purposely planned on Sonya losing. She then went on to talk about how's Asuka getting the title when she hasn't done anything in 2 years, and the last time she was here, Becky Lynch gave her the belt, and she was making a good point. But Adam Pearce says, look, none of that's relevant. That was ages ago. And now Asuka's back. She picked up a win, so she's getting a championship contenders match. Then Asuka started saying, oh, you give up title to be a mother to a baby, but now you acting like baby, wah, wah, wah. And she was pretending to cry and stuff like this, and just pure ripping the piss out of Becky Lynch, and this was pretty entertaining. Asuka is pretty funny, whether she means it or not. It's the broken English is good, so this was good. And then Becky Lynch was like, well, I'm not the one with tears painted down my face. This was a pretty entertaining segment. I enjoyed this. So, yeah, tonight we're getting Asuka versus Bianca Belair. I kind of enjoy this new Becky Lynch look as well. The hair's looking cool. She's coming out in black suit, black bodysuit and fishnets. Yeah, I'm digging this new Becky Lynch. What I'm not digging is Fear Mahan. Fear Mahan sucks. If they're that desperate for an Indian star, why not just push Jinder Mahal? Jinder Mahal actually looks like a legit fucking main eventer. Fear Mahan looks like a bum off the street. He looks like an unwashed fucking bum off the street. This guy's not a monster. This guy's not going anywhere. The Great Khali was absolutely huge. The Great Khali looked like a monster. There's nothing physical imposing about Mahan. There's nothing impressive about his ring work. He's just an average looking guy. He looks like a homeless dude in the streets. This guy ain't the next big thing. He's not going to be the next big monster heel, so I don't know why they keep pushing him. Tonight, he beat another squash guy. He beat another guy from, enhancement talent guy, a local dude, so it is what it is. Fear Mahan, I don't want to see him on my TV screen. but unfortunately we got him on my TV screen, so it is what it is. Then we had Cody Rhodes taking on Austin Theory, United States Championship match. Look, when it just looked like Cody Rhodes was about to win, here of course we have Seth Rollins come out. Seth Rollins attacked Cody Rhodes. It got Cody Rhodes DQ'd. And it is what it is. Cody Rhodes gets DQ'd. Austin Theory retains, but Cody Rhodes gets the win by DQ. After the match, Seth Rollins was saying, Corey Graves was saying how he normally defends Seth Rollins, but what Seth Rollins done tonight was disgusting. I mean, it wasn't that disgusting. It wasn't that disgusting. He came out and attacked him, and Theory retained by, DQ. I wouldn't call that disgusting. What I would call disgusting is fucking Doudrop, though. And one thing I don't understand is McMahon came out a while ago and says that he doesn't want anybody to be fat. He wants wrestlers to lose weight. He wanted Keith Lee to lose weight, but obviously Keith Lee left. He wanted Walter to lose weight, and Walter did lose a lot of weight. You see, Walter's slimmed down quite a lot now. So my question is, if McMahon wants his wrestlers to be like slim and lose weight, how's Doudrop still a fat bastard? I don't understand it. I don't. But anyway, the team of Doudrop, Nikki Ash took on the tag champs, Sasha Banks and Naomi. And Sasha Banks and Naomi win. So nothing spectacular. I mean, it was what it was. Squash match, really. And then at the end, Doudrop complained about Nikki Ash and she needs to get her head in the game. Then The Miz came out. Well, Sasha Banks was like up the ramp. He came out dressed as a referee shirt. He done Sasha Banks' pose on the top of the ramp. And Sasha Banks was, I don't know, not really impressed. Miz gets into the ring. He's going to be the special referee for a match between Mustafa Ali and Ciampa. Basically, Miz was, all over the place in this match with his antics. Every time Ali would get into a pin, Miz was taking about 10 years to get on the floor to pin it, to count it, and then in the end, Ciampa gets a pinfall, and Miz does a really, really fast 3 count. So, yeah, Miz screws over Ali. I've no real interest in seeing Miz Ali, so didn't care about this at all. Then we had some 24/7 title shite. Tosawa and Reggie get served their papers. Reggie gets served his papers. Tosawa's almost served his divorce papers, but he throws the flowers in R-Truth's face and runs away. Tamina's not happy because she says unless Tosawa actually gets handed the papers, then it's not official. I don't think that's quite how it works. I don't think that's how it works. But, I mean, it is what it is. The 24/7 title shit just is not good at all, so they need to get rid of that. Then main event time. Becky Lynch came out. She did commentary for the match. I actually enjoyed the commentary for Becky Lynch. I think she's much better being a heel than she is a face. I like Becky Lynch when she's like whining and complaining more. I think that suits her. So hopefully she sticks to that. We then had Bianca Belair versus Asuka in the main event, and I do not like Bianca Belair, straight up. Don't think she offers anything. I mean, apart from twirling her hair and saying EST after every single word that comes out of her mouth, what does Bianca Belair have? In my opinion, not a lot. And they had like a 4 or 5 minute match, and then Becky Lynch got involved. It caused a DQ. She hit the Beck's bottom on Asuka, and that was pretty much it. Becky Lynch left, walked up the ramp, and that was your end of Raw, guys. So like a 4 minute main event getting ended in a DQ by Becky Lynch. But I mean, overall, you know what? This was one of the better Raws I've seen. Normally I come on here every week and I slaughter Raw and I say it's like the worst show ever, and I say it's hard to watch, 3 hours of this, 3 hours of that, and I complain about Raw every single week, but I will say there was things I did enjoy about this Raw. There were some good moments. I really enjoyed the Asuka Becky Lynch segment backstage. I thought that was really good. I mean, it was nice to see Alexa Bliss return as well. I mean, the Kevin Owens segment with Ezekiel was no bad as well. You know what? There was some entertaining stuff on the show. So overall, and Cody Rhodes as well. I mean, he had a decent match with Theory. So I mean, yeah, overall this wasn't bad. I mean, I'm gonna give it a. What do I give Raw? I can't decide between a 3 or a 4. Can't decide between a 3 or a 4. I mean, I like the promo Damien Priest cut, but I think Rhea Ripley let him down. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. I'm going to give Raw a 4 out of 10, guys. It was decent tonight. It was decent. So there you go, 4 out of 10. Let us know what you thought down below. It's probably the highest rating I've given Raw in about 2 years. But yeah, I'm not going to change my mind. I'm going to stick with it. Raw gets a 4 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you thought down below in the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you later. But until then, Peace.